the fall for the leader based on the promise where it can give the voters of any country. Just like a woman, the fall for the leader based on the promise where it can give to them. Inside Sierra Leone, 2018, 51.8% of the population been fall for retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio.
I hereby certify that Bio Julius Maada, having told 1,319,406, 1,319,406 of the valid votes cast in the 31st March 2018 presidential election runoff has been duly
the voters of any country. Just like a woman, the fall for the leader based on the promise where it can give to them. Inside Sierra Leone, 2018, 51.8% of the population been fall for retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio.
I hereby certify that Bio Julius Maada, having told 1,319,406, 1,319,406 of the valid votes cast in the 31st March 2018 presidential election runoff has been duly elected President of the Republic of Sierra Leone.
This na because it promise them say it go able for take care of them belle, where them they call bread and butter.
What is now abundantly clear is that the 10 years of APC misrule and economic mismanagement has definitely created considerable suffering for the people of this country. From Kamakwie to Pujehu, from Kono to Freetown, and everywhere, people are suffering under the weight of corruption and the mismanagement of the All People's Congress. I have seen it at first hand, from Falaba to Kenima and from Kailan to Putloko. The people want change. The people are tired of the suffering of paying for a bag of rice at 200,000 from only 60,000 in 2007. The people want democratic change to end their suffering.
But 100 days when a name change from opposition leader to the president of Sierra Leone, Mohamed Kamarimba Mansouri, they remind President Biose, the people then, they anxiously wait for the change.
The people are impatient and they want deliverables. They want to see tangible things. And I know he's a listening president, opposition, because as a president, I don't know. But honestly, President Maada Bio then listens. I remember when we had a discussion, he followed through the media, he followed through events, what's going on. But maybe because he's a president now, he listens to bad advices, but he's completely failed.
But just after this reminder, the chief minister now, whereby then I be the finance minister, been tell we say that change where they been promised for bread and butter not go possible easily.
Sierra Leonean go to bed.
So where you partner?
Not go to bed hungry. I mean, it's going to be difficult. We start to get easy situation, even after my time. Even 3-4 finance ministers coming after me. no, don't meet up the bread and butter. She's going to be with us for some time to come. Poverty has been with us for some time. Poverty is still here. Poverty will continue. So we determine as a government, as I be say, to reduce the poverty.
So you don't say the realities and different from waiting person they see.
Of course, I'm always conscious of that. And I never said they can't eliminate poverty. I said they reduce poverty.
All right. So misinterpretation I just note and down bread and butter will be the top campaign term. What do you mean when you say bread and butter? Because from what you don't tell me this morning that when you increase teachers' salary, give more work to people, then a bread and butter you don't put for them. But from the ordinary man, your definition of bread and butter are different. So in that you campaign, what do you mean by bread and butter? We make like you give more work to people. The citizens not think say bread and butter they not table.
The livelihood, we man not get something for it, you not get bread and butter. No matter how much of economics they don't understand. No, they are really pathetic. It's understandable. But when the day it happen for that man today, people get small tea where they eat. That is not the happiest man, the bread and butter don't they? But what we are really, as a government, you care about, you want people to get predictable source of livelihood. You want people to determine, your next meal should not be by chance. You don't even know when next you get me.
But it not been tapped though. This government, they make we believe, say, the last government thief everything and they not left nothing inside the country in account. Then be same way to say the last government left the people past serious sufferness as the inflation been really high in the country. But almost not the inflation where the last government they left the country in.
But I can tell him on TV, okay, that the Ministry of Finance and the Minister Jacob Lusafa are done extremely well. I can give you figures, and that's what I've been doing. That we met inflation at 15.7%.
We meet inflation hovering around 18, 17, 17, 18. We can, if it were not for this international economic crisis, up to 9%. Single digit inflation.
Well, and not too clear of waiting na the percentage where the inflation been day the time with this government take over. But as you hear, them both say they bring and come down to 1 digit when a 9%. The inflation don't come out from 9% as the government been say, and now they over 24%. This means say thing really triangle na the country for people. Before Julius Maada take over the seat as president, it been talk about price control and point finger by the last government say then punish the people as they meet the rest 60,000 and they left on 200,000.
The people are tired of the suffering of paying for a bag of rice at 200,000 from only 60,000 in 2007. The people want democratic change to end their suffering.
Once we talk to the rest,
talk about the registration are big because we got a meeting today where we take a
where the salary is not increased, it still stop where it is. As from April last year up to now, we have stopped. We have no increase. Even when you are in classroom, then the child come and say, "I'm hungry," your child. That will traumatize you. You will not be able to teach. You will go out, and when you come in the morning, even you as a matured person, without food, you cannot do anything. And you leave your children to go to school without food. That's all you will think about it. So you will not go into the class and teach well.
The father will get chops of baby. So that 9 picking the way I get. With them beyond the when at 5. Now the rest of the it's 15 cups. Now we don't reduct time to 9 cups.
Now you are common. Time na ga agba mo efe hi ga no ga me ro ta gi amota mo go ana na ha mo be mo gwa me so ku go ga ku wo han kin ga fe no ga we.
But I think we get a mentality say government get all that in there and if for Branca na host to we put on a plate giwi. Some people then another mentality they we get this leader we can no more. We sit on here, Chinese man, they plant, then rest, then put on a ship, then clean and fine. We reach now, we say, no, we're not for selling, so now so we want them. Salomon, we want an easy. And all country we don't reach that side, we say with the benefit, then the benefit today, they all don't work hard.
This is a very big challenge for the people of the country. But the Minister of Information and Communication say they will actually work on price control.
The government says it's working to stabilize prices.
Government has set up an Essential Goods and Services Committee headed by the Chief Minister, whose basic responsibility is to monitor availability and the prices of various essential commodities that constitute the food basket.
Italic say, waiting the Minister of Information and Communication say, nothing where the President no agree to. As he talk say, the country get what we call free economy. So it's not easy for the government will put price where the people for go buy.
They say price control. We live in a liberal economy. We run a liberal economy. We don't control price.
Not to just food. Another thing where the people be the complain about, now the kind way how the president they fly plenty. And this nothing where it be point finger by the last government span. As he say, then they spend a lot of money on foreign travel.
There is excessive expenditure on foreign travels. There is also a lot of use of foreign exchange on contracts within the country. These are things that we have to stop.
But now, plenty people don't say, in don't travel past plenty other presidents them where he even meet na power. But the president begets this for say.
Sierra Leoneans will talk about travel as if it is a pleasure. It is not. But it is part of the duties of the head of state. Who say you can't be the president? If you're not present there, nobody knows about you. Nobody gets to hear your story.
African leaders are notoriously known for not delivering on their promises. Maybe not just Africa, even politicians generally around the world.
Well, all of that issue now give back to waiting and call people's power in politics.
This protest not to love salute. This protest na PPP, na the people them. Na them decide. Na them say think triangle, think the monarch. You understand? Now they say the country the way they tough and rough for them. No democracy, no freedom of speech. You understand? And when the ministers and they're gonna hear you, their supporters in the camera, social media, and they directly send everything to me saying, now me, they talk people and listen. They don't still believe in God and blessing. You understand? Mm-hmm. So if you don't send on me, okay, not me. I don't take the responsibility because that God say for any born leader not afraid the responsibility. I don't afraid the responsibility like the young president where they get where they afraid the responsibility. Everything will come, you shift them out, they push them out to opposition, they go push them out to past president, they go push them out to so many things there. When I in your responsibility, if you ain't afraid the responsibility, when I in the the commander-in-chief. If people not shift responsibility today to me, I take her. Because today, I don't stand for fight for the common man. I don't stand for fight for the people of Sierra Leone. You understand? Yeah. So me, I'm not afraid of the responsibility because me a leader.
As August 10, 2022, big protests in the inside Freetown and other parts of the country will make plenty people lost their lives. The president will return at the country and come talk tough to the people. This make the person when they point finger pan been say because of the government not treat them with any seriousness, they get plan for come out back, but this time they not talk the date when they come out. Well, the president they reply again. He say the people really get right for come out and protest.
We're not there against protest, which is part of the freedoms that we would enjoy in a democracy.
This time, Adebayo, where plenty people, the point finger pan, take full responsibility of the last protest and take full responsibility of any other protest we will get for happen. But if this gets to happen, waiting will get for be the next move of the government and the people of Sierra Leone. This, now we are on YouTube and Facebook. Welcome to another beautiful edition of a program we are on YouTube and on Facebook. Well, the challenge still they go on. If you can look right now at the screen, you will see exactly what we get. Yes, 54,490 family members. 54,490 family members. Wow, from yesterday it'll be 224, and then we don't add this amount again. So we want to tell you plenty. Thank you. Well, if you come today, not forget to make sure say you do the same thing again as we go on with the program. This is a program we have. Remember, say by December we want for each 100,000 because we already tight one for meet up the 2023 election. So we need for talk to plenty people and we as well need for be on top of the map for able for represent with green, white and blue whenever they talk about platform them like this. The Facebook then they do very well. We get people away there over 100,000. But YouTube, I think we did before right now with regards the subscribers them and the active platform. So we want to go to 100,000. Thank you as we begin. So 2 people them don't add right now. We see them and on all the same. So if that be the case, when I watch over this side, you see the counter they go up 54492. Not lotto number, but you can try and per lotto something you win. So you see 493. We don't get another one we don't add inside there. Well, today we not keep the posse where we get inside the program. We bring a direct as we start the program because the Iron Lady, Femi Claudius Cole, we don't the team up together one for different things them inside the country. In fact, we been the same party when a small party, not they make any impact, but we don't know now say na lie with the lie pa we self. In fact, with the fake we self. Unity party, na that kind of party. In fact, I can see 1 or 2 times there where they appear on some side there with the Minister of Misinformation. The only thing we can say, bro, Femi, you don't even get 1%, but it really puts them on their toes, and they really did not say this na woman. And this not what we call her for, but I want to ask you something quick. Welcome to the show in the first place. Femi Claudius Cole of the Unity Party and chairperson for the Coalition of Progressive Political Party. Welcome one more time to this, your normal and your regular platform.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure for the year.
All right. So the first question why they ask, where I see, we don't answer that question, and I will tell you exactly what I've been saying. Say, you tweet something with a small clip of the Minister of Information, where they talk about that one, the way they lost their life inside August 10. And then he say, where in the tweet back, he say, you not deserve answer, but any answer because you're a salon person. Then we tell them, say, yes, not true. You not deserve forget answer because all way you talk not true. And normally when you talk to, whether they lie, not can come back and reply. So, but you see that tweet say?
No. I don't pay attention.
Okay. It tweets. So I am waiting. Soye, the Minister of Information, it tweets back with you and it say directly to you. But now we standing, you get a concern about the one that we lost their life inside the August 10 protest, right? Say they still hold their body.
Yes, I really get a concern on various fronts. For the longest time, they're not even allowed people for go near the mortuary day. And I'm not sure really where the minister they say the government get the authority for just go ahead and bury them. I don't know how well they actually catalog the people them. I mean, in terms of taking photographs, and they take photographs to somebody, but then just not to say na mortuary a week or 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But they don't say they now. So I don't know what's in the cataloging system. If some of them on the way, they get the bodies, they may get IDs on them, how they go about for match bodies to families. I don't know, because for the longest time, they allow families to get access, even to the ones that way still there na custody. They're not on they really allow family visitation or family forget access. So I don't know how the minister will come out and say now, they're not, then they bury them if people are not can claim them. In order for you for claiming bodies, I don't see outside this government ever publish the list of those who were killed with their names. If they may get IDs with their IDs, you're not really public. So I'm a bit confused on how we go from that to a threat, say, they go bury them. Because I know like the family of Evangelist Samson, where don't they require a request in body for a long time. It don't be a big issue when they ask for in body. So I never know whether it was ever given to the family, where how come now we they go from not responding to the family for return the body to them to saying you're going to bury them. So me no know. And where once in a while can say whether or not they come out and really communicate to the public, then it they left the public open for make supposition and for let other people and fill in the blanks. So you get talk like, they know how for let them see really how they died, like Evangelist Samson, and they say I leg, then shoot them. And me they look say if you shoot person in leg, you have enough time for really saving life. Even if now it hit an artery, now the leg, you still get, you can tie tourniquet, if you can't go to hospital rapidly, you're able to save your life. But we see that, look, I know they say the death of the police officers not serious. It really serious. And death in the line of duty is always a very sad situation. But some of these people who die are also, some of them died by stray bullet. Some of them sit down at the shop or sit down front and also do their own thing when they got killed. So they are also victims. So I would say you just sweep, say the police get, a befitting burial and their families get compensated. I mean, we're not saying compensate those families either. But why haven't these bodies, to do an autopsy doesn't take you 2 months, even if you have 20 bodies. It take you that long for established cause of death. Because most of these people, we understand, say they were gunshots. They go begin look for heart disease and stuff. Heart disease now will kill you on the side of the road on one day, 20 people. So why them get for keep them for this length of time where say there's going to be deterioration of the bodies and then come out with a statement like this? I mean, I don't know really how this government does things. I really don't know.
In as much as this, from what we understand, COP or the opposition party them not get an inside that particular issue there, but this one get for do with the lives of citizens them. So as a political party, una don't sit down and say we need for come up with a statement for this thing where the happens, especially with the people where this government, the young people and puts down.
Exactly. But we don't understand, say, lots of them are gunshots. So, and if you shoot somebody in that kind of situation, they probably then get a phone on them, then get an ID, then get handbag. Another year of a deliberate effort made by the police or the medical examiner or whichever department, detective, whoever is responsible for trying to identify the dead and for match the dead bodies to their families. Right. In fact,
you actually the blank screen, you picture not the show. But now we standing, the question why they ask now, we see Usai family members them of the one they we lost their life, been there na Connaught, then don't they lay complain, we don't watch AYV, the national broadcaster then, we don't see Usai, then the lay complain say they want them body them. And we be see inside the government as well being come back and pull notice say then they ask people for go identify their own body them. So in this case, who that's who that's really no one for present? It's either now the people and no one for go identify them body them, or now the government really they try for play. Okay, we they try for get Femi again on the line. But in the meantime, let me take this message and then we they come back just now. This na the one green seat inside status. But the one them we want for Sidon Param, them plenty. Some people want make the young candidate go continue with this seat. Other one themselves want make the young candidate come and sit on there for rule the country. But unfortunately, na just one man go able for Sidon na this seat. Well, how you go able for make lay your young candidate sit down at this seat? Now only when you come out and vote. But wait, before you go and vote, one thing they when are you for first do we go qualify you for make you go able for vote. That now for register as a voter inside salon. Well, the one they were responsible for the voting process, they don't pull the date too. They say the 3rd of September to the 4th of October. Now the time that one day when you forgo and register. But again, some people go want for do one kind way for crook the system. Not right at all because that's not crime. If you know say you the 18 years, the eve of election, that's the 23rd of June 2023. Or on that particular day when the election they carry on, when at the 24th of June, do ya run and go register right now. But if you know say the eve of the election, you know the 18 years, not try more, because if they fail not say you register for vote when you know 18 years age, that's not crime. Now you the gladdy, but you know done the too. And not say as you the gladdy, and this is when you see registration center, you want for go the top and for go register. Not try that one day. Sat inside and the way you know for register. If you do work na some side way far from your house, you do go school na some side way far from your house, or you do go to fable na one side way far from your house, no register there. Elect line then at your area. Make sure say you register na that side. You know what you make? The day for the election, if you dey live na Lumley, you go register na Calbaton or Atalo. The day for the election, then say motorcar no go run. Elect government say that they put public transport or then they put government bus, it no go enough. Because plenty people go dey like you, we go on for do the same thing. And the bus they know they run fiti fata. So what you go do? Make sure say you register na the center where they near your house. So whether they say motorcar dey o, motorcar no dey o, you know they dey o. You can just swing your answer, go to your voter center, vote, commode, and wait for the result. But if you're not able for vote on this day for election, and then you young candidates know him, you're responsible. Remember, your one vote will change the whole situation. This message, they come up from Weird on YouTube and Facebook. This na the one green seat inside status. But the one them we want for Sidon Param, them plenty. Some people want make the young candidate go continue with this seat. Other one themselves want make the young candidate come and sit on there for rule the country. But unfortunately, na just one man go able for Sidon na this seat. Well, how you go able for make lay your young candidate sit down at this seat? Now only when you come out and vote. But wait, before you go and vote, one thing they when are you for first do we go qualify you for make you go able for vote. That now for register as a voter inside salon. Well, the one they were responsible for the voting process, they don't pull the date too. They say the 3rd of September to the 4th of October. Now they take that one. Alright, the program that we had on YouTube and on Facebook. We've been to talk about the one them where actually they don't where they lost their life inside the August 10 while in the country. And when this government, the Minister of Information say they get right to bury them, even if they not been come out and get somebody we go actually say na imposing this. So now in basically we've been trying for talk about. Well, we've been talk about that one the way Femi the school lost connection. Well, I see it is struggle for come inside again. It is struggle for come inside again. I don't know if you hear me now.
I hear you. I think why the time for this video, the internet energy issue.
All right, so you stay on that. People saw your face already.
Exactly.
Yes, so stay on that. Okay, so we they go now to we talk about the people them. You know, people them they come out say they want them body and they cry. We don't see and complain about that and then SLBC na AYV. But the government again they come say people for go and identify them body. So in this case, we don't really know they work according to how it's supposed for work. Now the people not really they go for identify or what?
But you know, I mean that's the answer you actually say. It's going to be a two-fold problem because one, I know say some done the request for them body, especially the one that we not know side and people then they the one that we totally missing. They don't know if then they're alive or dead or in jail. So the one that they done the request, then don't they stonewall them. They not don't really give them clearance. And look, if you get a situation like this, not a rocket science. You they get a catalog of all the one that you they first of all snap them. Snap them, you get waiting them in well when they were killed.
Yeah.
Snap them, you get a catalog, page by page catalog. Victim A, B, C, D, to the end. Then when the families and they come, then they go flip through that catalog day for know if they recognize any of these bodies. But that kind of program, they they do where the person don't then a mortuary. I don't know how cold the storage is, if they
no, I'm not sure they cold because we got somebody where don't they tell we say the body then don't they run out.
They're not they spoil. Exactly.
Yes, they don't they well.
And I should say they all go down well. So you can't even take proper photographs at this stage. Even after 5-6 days, the body don't begin for swell up if you don't get proper refrigeration. So therefore, don't take photographs of them. At worst, you take the clothing. But then don't be so careless and nonchalant about these people's and the dead, the one that will die, that now, they know if they go ahead and bury them without family, it's a bad name to them. But why not do the needful early on in the day? This could have been done 6 weeks ago.
The other question where I've been asked, Una as a political party, in as much as this not a political rally according to waiting Una they say, not to opposition, not to COP, not to waiting, but Una get a responsibility. Una be don't come up with a word for ask the government or all the government to account say, then people, their own people they need them.
Well, we don't come out with various statements from time to time. But Shenge Pierre, this is not a rocket science. Say they deal with a government that doesn't listen. They say it's a listening government, but they don't. And I mean, they explain to you, say you will get a second scenario where someone they afraid for can identify imposting simply because if they fear, say where it come forward, for let them arrest you for the most flimsiest reason, it not take much in this place. So for let them arrest them. Similarly, I mean, they say you get young picking away they na Don Bosco, where families again hesitate for go claim them picking them because they're afraid of arrest and then get right for afraid arrest. So they don't create.
But Mami Cole, as an opposition, as opposition party, I think una get a responsibility. In as much as people in the afraid, but una, all of the members that we make up of COP, suppose for the pay visits to them place they are, see how the picking they do, ask them some few questions, see how una can able for go to them people them, ask them question why they not go, all of them things then they.
Well, for identify the people in question is the problem. It's a real problem. Even forget a proper list of them when they were incarcerated. It's a problem. All. It's a problem. I mean, we don't try for find out who that's then a cell. We are talking with the lawyers, making sure they have representation. And I tell you honestly, my focus don't really be on the mothers, especially the one they get picking away for go school. So you're fighting battles on so many fronts, Shengepie. You're fighting the battle of registration, people being denied. You're fighting a battle for those when they don't all look. I see. Look, political thinker. The one and they don't then sell now up to coming over 2 months without a day in court, without a proper legal access to them. So you have all these things going on. You're trying to battle, but you're dealing with a government we're not interested except for listening to you. So you're constantly bashing your head against the brick wall. Now, brick wall, now they will bang the aid. Forget them for communicate to you and for actually realizing, look, we're not the enemy. Instead, we get one where they try for say, now opposition. It was a coup. So even some of the lawyers are scared of coming forward to represent. Even some of the political leaders are hesitating because for let them arrest you, that's simple thing. For let them, I mean, I'm bold, but not everybody go get that kind of mind the way me get. For say, I'm not get afraid for asking questions. I'm not going to be afraid to ask questions and try for demand answers. The other day, are they gonna put registration centers? Are they gonna registration centers? Are they get into it with people over registering citizens? The next thing it wasn't confirmed. From one representative said and don't say anytime they see me as police station, I should be arrested. So we're living under that kind of a threat. So there's so much intervention that political people can do, but we're not given the space to even dialogue with them or communicate. We are referred to as insurrectionists, we are referred to as terrorists, we are referred to in all sorts of manner. So how do you communicate with such? How? Even when this TSOB, the president engaged paramount chiefs, he engaged CSOs, he engaged religious leaders. Can you believe we were the only ones he never engaged?
Oh, you mean opposition? But
I
think he talked with APA then, right?
Well, me not get comment. I don't know what to do with APA.
Because I don't see the reason being I don't see
well,
APA.
Some say talk with APA, but APA doesn't represent all of us. So if he's going to talk to APA, then he needs to talk to COP. But then
so this brings me to the question again. So the PPRC, not seem for the recognized COP.
And they recognize APA. And yes. That is interesting. Very interesting. Because APA is no more legal than COP. So after when we don't do the registration, sometimes the government, they act like kids.
And they revoke them as well.
Yes, they went ahead and revoked it.
In other words, they say una not fit for register. Look, you'll take your license back.
Yeah, but we don't need a document for us to be authentic. We don't need them. We were applying for that purely for us to be able to open a bank account. Not they stop you for say, Shengepia, one get at 10 people, then a freedom for say, Ukamic Association, maybe church, maybe Side Street people, maybe Kinton people. You're free for do that. You're free for do that. And the time when you go for legalize them, now when you want to open a bank account, then you need a registration, you need minutes, you need executive, etc. Then take them back. Meanwhile, then constantly they interact with APA. Why? Because remember that the deputy chairman of APA is the chairman of the SLPP. So it's not rocket science. I beg. So of course they're going to interact with APA because in interacting with APA, they're actually interacting with the SLPP. So man not for shock. We're not shocked.
So you not feel say because they refer to us as terrorists, insurrectionists, people who have overthrown them, now that make it ignore now.
Electoral. I don't know what's in the thing, Steph. I really don't know. I'm not going for going sign aid.
Okay. So now let me move a bit. You begin to talk about the registration. Yeah, but before we go to the registration, let's just remember people say they listen to and watch we are on YouTube and Facebook. And right now we get 494. 54,494. We get a target for 95 now. We get a target for each 100,000 by December. 100,000 by December. So your responsibility as family member now for make sure say you actually help with for share and tell people why you always they come and watch this particular program, so we will get the number. We get actually plenty people where they watch this program, and remember we want to get a lot of people for meetup next year. So by December we will reach 100,000 followers. What not to followers, in fact, members, family members them. So you will watch right now. If you not subscribe yet, watch the side Usai Femi in name spell. So now there the subscribe button there. Press them. Now red right now. Press them and it fade. Yeah. When it fade, you come over to my own side. You just see the bell. Press that bell there. You just see it give you list. Press the list. That's outside and say all. After that, it don't done. Now one time more, you know the touch and two, it don't done. You don't add. So the next thing you do, watch for that arrow. Come out outside the live chat there. Watch for that arrow. That thing will make so. You press them. It is tell you you copy them, and then you post on your WhatsApp or whatever platform you get for make more people go able to follow this particular family house. 470 where you watch right now on YouTube with 202 likes. Please give it 300 likes, and on Facebook we get 294 where you watch right now with how many reactions? Let me see. With 101 and 4 reactions. Please keep sharing the program. Yeah, let me go small. Femi, we'll talk about registration. You first of all talk about say they don't even put word for you. Say if you go to any center, they will arrest you. From where they put that word, you don't attempt that.
Then it not happen, no, because the all of the past 2 days I don't in a different center.
Now that time you just they ask if you don't ever try that.
No, are they gonna center there?
When me say na flying news, na any person try for you.
And no, I think to say I don't know how then they think, because day before yesterday, I spent a lot of time na Kube. Okay. I mean then a Kube community, the center where they done na the community center and the center where they open a Ku courthouse. I been spend a lot of time na then 2 centers, and that was on day before yesterday. Okay. So yesterday now morning. Now somebody called me, say, then go there with 7 policemen them, high-ranking policemen them, go back na Kube. So if there is smoke, there is fire.
So in other words, the time where the police then can you be all left there?
I don't be not reach there. Actually, I've been there now other center. And where are then at the centers them, and I meet issue, and they call 838 for let them resolve them. So I spend a lot of time in the centers for trying to resolve certain issues the way I can go meet. So I think so by the time then they go there, maybe then a different center, and they resolve other issue for different other issue they want to meet. They try for facilitate, call 838 for try for see make them do the right thing.
Okay.
So but later on then go there, I think I don't know if I mean then go look for just threatening me, I guess. For la afraid, but they not meet me there, which was not say I hide from them. It was coincidence. Say they not meet me there. So we get a meeting today with them back.
Mm-hmm. Today we do that then.
ECSL. We get meeting. We usual meeting. We then call them PPLT meeting.
Or that political party liaison meeting.
Yes, liaison committee. Yes. Yeah. So we been get that this morning, and I actually think to say since we get meeting with them, this is probably one of the most productive meetings. And some of the issues that were done they raise, other people themselves raise them today. And with the hope say these 2 days where then they add will be different. And the reason we make I really want to let me talk on this topic in depth, because you get the people in the watch me and some of the Bokuna from Salonia. One thing where they don't they send people and go NCRA. And
okay.
Today
where you go for go register, if you not get NCRA number, that NIN, then can send you go na NCRA for go register.
Yes, in some cases, some centers then get battery. They're not even check for if it's a first-time voter or person when I ever vote for you, they ask you one question. you don't ever vote before you say no, go NCIA. Even before then check. Even before checking, they can just send and go NCIA. So today meeting now the commissioner Edmond Alpha clarified that. He say and they're not supposed to send people and go NCIA because in every center there's an NCIA person. We don't train for do the NCIA registration. So why are you sending people to NCIA? Why? Just punishment. Because if you see the pictures that I post on my Twitter page today, I sent aerial photographs of the NCIA Natong plus the birth certificate office. Now, how many offices in Freetown they give NCIA documentation? One. I don't know who say other one day. If then they sometimes are ignorant of that, I apologize. But I only know of the one where they buy big King Jimmy. Mm-hmm. So imagine somebody will go register, say by Eastern Police. Sometimes you don't get money, just come on and also go for go register. You can't send and say like NCRA. If you get one, KKSF not go bring and can straight. Sometimes you get for take and one can PZ. From PZ now, it can be. That you're looking at 12,000 leons, 3,000 to PZ, 3,000 to today. Right now, the way people add up in this country, enough funny safe. But the fact that I want to raise this is the fact that the commissioner make and clear say they're not supposed to send anybody go NCRA. They're not supposed to do that. And then, if at all the RO decides say he not register you for whatever reason, these are 2 grand days no more left. I want to let people aware of this. Whilst you did, if you feel say they're not they treat you right, call 838-110. Call 838 and talk to them in a situation room. Say, na so then they treat me, na so then they do. I don't come for register. They want send me go NCRA. Call 838. If at all, after all the intervention, they still no one register you, tell Lele then give you rejection slip. But again, the commissioner say, by right, person offer ask for rejection slip. Then for automatically give you if they're not they register you. And they're not going for begin post you from pillar to post. Especially when you are dealing with adults, when a big posting.
So I'll just take a look and me and people and they look at the picture we post, the aerial photograph, where you take overhead photo of the NCRA. We see plenty people them. And we talk about 2 days after the registration where they get for ad. And NCRA, we find out say, then self can get their own, government workman in general can get their own attitude. So for see plenty people first don't make them feel big and pompous. So you feel say them people are already in the sense of going for register and NCRA for meet up the deadline for the registration?
Well, then crowd then the way you they see, now 2 crowd don't meet up so.
Okay.
The one that we don't pass WAEC, we want go college. You know, say the Minister of Education in wisdom say they know they go college, they know they get form passed and get in. Uh-huh. So you get the college people plus the one that we then they send, now all don't go meet up so now then place Sunday.
So tell me more
so
about
now
this
that
meeting
make
today.
you see,
Even
before that always get crowd.
Yes, I not say for even go take before this 10 for go take ID card na problem in that area.
Exactly. And that I mean criticism where I make of NCIA, where NCIA they not be happy with me, but if you know they do thing fine, I go talk her. So is NCIA understaffed? Are they just inefficient? Or do they not have enough equipment? Why una can't hitch that donkey there? If it's a donkey that cannot move, una can't hitch that donkey there to be voters registration. In hitching that donkey that cannot cope to the voter registration, then they make Boku not able vote, not able register. And when we go to the meeting, Commissioner, they say, but people they not register because people they not register already. I say, no, sir. And everybody agreed. Say, when you don't go 110, 210, then don't grab you. 110, 210, then don't grab you. You don't get still again for go. Me don't meet adults. I don't meet one belly woman, big belly. They refuse for register. What do you need from this woman for make you not go register? So with the hope say all them problems they have, don't they see? And that other one where then they talk say
waiting at the problem with regards this registration, because find out say this registration it look different from all the other registration them. The way how they reject people we not ever seen kind.
One day. But at the same time, they don't want to we suppose. They don't want to we make a supposition. Okay, me get one where me get one thing where I don't observe now 1 or 2 centers, not all the centers, but you then notice a couple of party people where they're at the center, they're not there for help the process, they're there for hamper the process. Some of them, some now then they go draw people in line. This now underage, that now underage, this now underage. Then they draw the picking and common line. Not even allowing the ECSL staff to do their job.
So we say that in just small thing. We see one video then on social media where they see we play an iron days here. We say the SLPP, I'll call them so because now so they call themselves SLPP party agents them. Now they all the ECSL material them and they tell people say that then they sacrifice for the party and for the country. And we not say ECSL not supposed to allow the material for them na party people in hand. You know, when I don't see them video then they.
I know you. I saw it. I mean, I get call.
Okay, and they say we see also ECSL material. Then they go to one village. ECSL material. Then a party agents they hand. Then we come out say we na SLPP na party agent. We dey sacrifice for party and the country. And this na ECSL material we talk about with only SLPP and 2 ECSL staff. When I don't see that video there.
No, well, they get beaucoup. They get beaucoup when they do that. Beaucoup they when they do things that way wrong. Beaucoup they. I don't know the one way they talk about specifically, but I don't see a lot. Different one them.
Okay,
we can honestly say all of that is out of order. All them things and they out of order.
Okay, let's just play this video for you.
So you have them party people and they some. This is not just one part of the reason.
Good evening.
Some of them party people and they deliberately hamper the process. Deliberately. So there's political interference in some areas. Some areas is poor training. They're not trained. Some of the arrows they're not trained. It's just a mess. Now just a mess. And at the end of the day, now we talk today at the meeting, said if things not change for the next 2 days, then we do a disservice to the citizens of Sierra Leone. The registration process for vote, then all of a sudden now every single birth certificate almost are fake.
Okay.
Who still would not begin get fake certificates?
That will show how we country is serious with registration. Because this again, then the feel saying that the people but they tell on we internationally. Because it means say now if we present some of the documents overseas, then they get for them ask question for them documents in there. But in the meantime, let me listen this. Unfortunately for you, I'm not sure so you will see them, but just listen to them and you will hear exactly waiting I'll be try for present to you. Let me go and listen to them.
Good evening. Mina Mohammed Kuyate. As soon as they see, this man we did before now, Mr. Kekura from Pangwa Maya.
Yes, I did.
Okay. That's all man, Mr. Lavali. And then they do registration. The way they be Mr. Sise, even though it's small like paperboard. When I see the constraint no more now, what would they undertake? Now would they at around 6:30, we don't just come out Bongema. Would they try for go Pangwama now? So 10, like let me say around 10 or 10:30 we go reach na Pangwama. But let una see. We some of we me where they talk Mohammed Kuyate and Kekura from Pangwa Maya. We directly, me and Mohammed Kuyate, me and agents with my brother with a Kekura from Pangwa Maya. SLPP party agents, with the sacrifice, with the totes, with the waka by foot. From Musa with the come out now, when a Bongema and for go Pangwama is about 8 miles. Look at the time now we don't move. They 10 or 11 we don't reach. Alone I see the constraint. SLPP big ones there. That's the message to una all, yeah? I thank una all. Yeah, family, una see no more now. Una see the risks. Where would they take? Now on top big river with the waka so. With the registration machine there, property there. How will they sacrifice for this country? How will they sacrifice for this chiefdom? Will they sacrifice for we people there for SLPP? Brothers and sisters, una watch. Una see to with screen. If possible, appreciate what they do, just sit down. Because we get some people there, they don't get nothing for do pass or oppose people there. Maybe they talk to una and una brother Mohammed Kuyate. Attack una all. Una see no una see me own loot. This na the machine na the generator method. Now thank you.
All right, so this now the message where they been sent to we. They do am for their own party people and for let them know say them they sacrifice, but not knowing that then they expose their own self party of what they do.
Exactly. So now SLPP party agents and they go register people then. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine? So anybody go there will not get a name where suitable to them. They not go register them. They not go register them.
Or anybody where they notice say this not the support SLPP, they not go register them.
They not go register them. And this is more widespread than we may realize. It might be more widespread. One particular center then I told me away the SLPP chairman in doctor they work na the ECSL na the center in doctor. So they have a vested interest for make sure say them party win so they can handicap all others. I'm sorry for winning this country, pa. I'm sorry. Ah, God.
So some of them things there, I think that the thing in this way enough for the put to ECSL, but in as much as they could get defense, because I see inside the ECSL boss within one center, they talk to different party agents. But in the case of Usai, for example, this now one strong SLPP area. Also, you don't get any other political party plus SLPP. So only and solely waiting and dictate to the neck people, the ECSL people in a final. And in fact, when you don't work together with ECSL, means you're a part of ECSL right now.
Wow.
All right. So we actually been done the past, except if you get one or two other things we want to talk about this registration process. If not, we move to the.
No, I get one more thing where I just want to rub more span, yes, and that's not for the. We discussed back in the meeting today about a senior person for verify, a chief, section chief, paramount chief, pastor, imams. Some centers then go tell una say then don't stop them. Now lie. It's an absolute lie. We established that today. Number one, the law not give number. Say now 1 or 2 person, like where they go tell you say now 2 person no more. And do ya, I want beg people them. The same person go tell you say now 2 person no more. Una make sure say una they call 838, una get the center number. Because anytime when we call 838 and the log then calls then they. So let me call 838 and tell them say I then a center number 16250. Then they tell me say na 2 person are there with me pastor. They not really register me. We only have 2 days.
We don't see you say a particular imam can public one. We all know say if you don't take side with the ruling government and they tell we all say it not go ever recommend other person pass in own picking them. So if you get, community leader, they will don't take up that kind of venture, they don't take up that kind of standing, how you feel say the recommendation will work?
Well, unfortunately, this is not the way how we don't partisan as alone. This is not the way how we don't partisan as alone. Very, very sad. And then now they see say anything wrong with that picture there. All this now they lead to the division in the country where exists already. But in our name say na damn that person there no more. The law say any other person They don't limit her to pastor and imam. The electoral law is quite clear. They read until they back na meeting. So if na a senior person at the community, then for able for verify for you. Then get one another pattern where I want to tell people them back about. And that's not the one where when you go verify person, and they begin threatening you. If you make and so, you'll go jail. If you make so, we'll lock you up. Police, they can arrest you for threatening you, for let you back away. So, well, me not they verify for this person again. Most of them things and they na a threat. I want to make also the one the way they verify be aware. What you they verify is that this person na big person na adult. It don't they worship na me mosque. It don't they worship na me church. I don't they see away they go school for where born. I don't sabi am. Na adult. I don't say underage. It don't actually done school. You know they go verify say it born 1st of August in 2002. No. Because all my way then are you church or you mosque, you not sabi them birthday. Not make nobody make you go lie then can't call police for come put you inside. Say I know not in birth date, but I know say na adult. I know say it don't born 2 pikin. I know where in mama born am, it don't done school. But no more, you don't get opportunity for go college. And they sign for that. And they sign that. But once waiting some neck arrow then go they do, then they threaten you. And why then they do that? Why then they do that? Now I talked to them at the meeting. I say it's one, it comes down to training. 2, it comes down to some people becoming power drunk. Me na arrow, me word na final. No, it isn't. Then scan you for do a particular job. And I don't want to let people then go into a confrontation with anybody at a center, but you write back now you write. So before you the vex, when they make boss, call 838. Now beg at the beg.
All right.
And explain to 838, say, well, you know, help me, when I tell her, give me rejection form. I know they go NCRA and we don't hear you, Mammy Cole talk and I hear you say, we're not supposed to go NCRA. Let them quote me. Say the mommy talk and I hear you say, una say, we're not for go NCRA. So tell her, let them give me rejection paper. Do ya pa? Not to fet. If you know I register me, fine, but let give me rejection and appeal form. Right. Thank you.
Okay, so I think that we get with regards the registration, and then a very strong one for everybody we watch right now. The program that we had on YouTube and Facebook, please, we get 471 we watch right now. We get 260 likes. Thank you very much to the one that we don't give you super stickers, super chat, and the stars. Then we appreciate you now so much. Now let me go to the main thing we kaya. In my own title, in my own opinion, I put say President Bio don't sack Lara Telopias because from where they suspend until to now the commission of all waiting and set up, nothing fruitful we not get from that commission. Or then they keep and pawi or then they hide and pawi like in a secret society. So first of all, there we go because you do a particular tweet na Twitter where you write, let's just go and see what exactly na the word where you use. I know miss something. La go. Okay. This na exactly and la make le people them see am. Yeah, exactly what you actually say na Twitter. You say it's been almost a year since the Auditor General and a deputy were suspended, accused of, in other words, the question mark, accused of waiting. He say, I wonder if those on the non-functional moribund tribunal are getting salaries. And this government, it is not okay. No, this government, it is not okay. Is anyone watching over the people's money at we don't gaze? Hashtag we don't gaze. No, no. All right, so why you come up with this concern?
Because we all watch, we all see. And some of we, the possible we don't get great admiration for, all in career. And you get some of them people and they where they work, and then they work with integrity, then they work with all the art. We see the suspension of them, and that thing they be really, really bother some of we, because you see a woman of high integrity, a woman we don't deliver, they don't put APC on the carpet, they put Una on the carpet, nobody not don't suspend them. Where Una can now, because of asking you tough questions, that is my opinion, then they ask tough questions, you suspend her. And when you suspend person with an accusation of wrongdoing, remember, what is a man without his reputation? Similarly, a woman. So you soil a reputation. If anything, you want to go for other job, you go put say she was suspended, and these are the accusations. Una can't left that kind of accusation. They hanging. No, it's not right. You finally convene a tribunal. The tribunal say they not get printer, they not get paper, they not get ink, they not get pen, they not get pencil, they not get ruler. They make and so, because the case not get no substance. And I think to say the other side where I feel say they make small blunder. Now the post where they put at the head of the tribunal. I not sabi this judge personally, but I don't hear it but in reputation. And from waiting, I don't hear it but in reputation, not to the one the way you go take and turn plate pieces. So apparently a woman of high regard. So now where you go get a work, ready say it investigate and properly it give you the correct result.
Okay. So this woman where we talk about, let's just make lay people and get them straight. Yeah. So as we talk, we go able to get proper information. This woman are Honorable Justice Nyawo Finda Matthew Jones. Now this thing outside them been set up there the 17th November 2021. Public notice and say following consultation with the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. That's lab the interpreters most more for me people as I can do. After we don't ask, we don't check with the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. Then one commission where they set up when are the day for their legal business them. They say pursuant to section 137, yeah. Inside section 137A of the Constitution of Salon, that 1991 Constitution, they say the general public is hereby informed that His Excellency the President has appointed a tribunal to investigate the Auditor General, Mrs. Lara Taylor-Pierce, and the Deputy Auditor General. So in other words, the therefore say the Constitution give the power to the caretaker for make it able for set up a tribunal, that is a committee where go able for watch inside the case, investigate the Auditor General, yeah, Lara Taylor-Pierce, and in Deputy Wena Tamba Momo. For where then say then for alleged misconduct. In other words, then point finger at the part and say they not do their work proper one. They mix up and box up inside the work. And lack of professional standard, that means they not get the sabi, they not get that kind, way out them for do the work, not also then they do them. They get that kind you keep where they put for the work, yeah. Now then say professional standard respectively of audit service alone. So professional and performance, in their activities as Auditor General and Deputy Auditor General, respectively, of audit service alone. Accordingly, the tribunal consists of the undermentioned persons. So now then they tell me say the one where they don't put together for watch them people here. So now Honorable Justice Nyawo Finda Matthew Jones, when are the chairperson, Mr. Lahai M. Farmer, when a member, Mr. Abubakar King member. So before this time self, we say we get concerned about them two people here where they don't, apart from the chairperson. But continue, Mama Cool.
And so, and you see where you look the charge, alleged misconduct and lack of professional performance. Mm-hmm. A serious accusation, Dando.
Yes.
Well, if possible, you want to go for other work, then see this by you, then not go hire you. And I think to say, for somebody who don't serve the country, well, let us say very well, this now a slap in the face. And when you make this kind of accusation, this letter, not so next month, they make a 1 year.
Yes.
Now 1 year.
November.
So inside 1 year, you want to me say, una not able to get out and forget the tribunal. We don't get results by now. We don't get results by now. And if you the sack the human, sack him. But when you don't make this kind of accusation, you not say sack him. Me say let the tribunal know if the human guilty. It don't kind like say you can't say a thief. You don't jankoniko me. You don't parade me na street say a thief. I tell you say I'm not thief. Now accuse you, they accuse me. You don't embarrass me in a public. You don't disgrace me in a public. Then they say, well, let we go find out. Then go do lie detector now. You go find out, say, behold the lamb, not affirmative. So you owe me an apology. You owe me back salary because I don't know if not to have paid and give them people here. You owe me back salary. You reinstate me back na my job. But they don't want that. They don't want that because they don't want somebody of this stature where they keep an eye on the finances of the country. I think that is their problem. If na lie with a lie pan them, let them judge this case, quick one. Let me know. And me, I go let them make this case here. Let it come final before the end of the year. Let this case not go to 2023. From 2021, because Boku then a radio, different radio station, then get people over and they cause thief. Some man they sing pine comping, tiffy jankoniko. But una left laga telopia slay do iwo, then we go know who done the tiffy and who done the jankoniko. But una no go to make claim like this and soil somebody in good character where una don't put the mechanism in place for let them investigate and then una they stall them.
Okay, look at this thing, the complaint, and who that writes the complaint. On the 8th of November 2021, yeah, we serve the car 1 year from the time when the logic complaint. Then send this letter to the Honorable Justice Desmond Babatunde Edwards, when according to them, the chairman for the Judicial Legal Service Commission. In other words, who that writes this letter, yeah? The person who writes this letter now, Umaro Napoleon Koroma, Deputy Minister of Justice. And he copied the Attorney General and Secretary to the President, caretaker. Yes, so basically, by virtue of this, in as much as he gets a national call, but as well in the Secretary General for the SLPP party, 90s. But not to that one day. Let me go and see what's in the complaint. He say, in topic, where the complaint where he say, complaints received on alleged misconduct or lack of professional performance of the Auditor General, Mrs. Laratelo Pierce, and a deputy, Mr. Tambamomo. So basically, all of this are alleged because by law, you're not supposed for the conclusion where you not find and guilty. But in the case of Usai, they put them kind big things here. It means if you don't get all evidence before you come out to the public and waiting. Exactly. In other words, if they get all the evidence, they're not supposed to don't taper this case.
Exactly. If you not get evidence, the tribunal, then for don't done with him from last year, December, safe. Then for don't done with him, she's guilty. Show the evidence to the public. But me, I don't know. For a country as small as ours, me, I want to see that thing where we do them well, we do them with all the arts, we do them fairly, everything. Why all thing forget case? All thing forget K-leg. Me, I don't know for now. Me, I totally against. I tell you. When man not get away, they run go. Now then don't burn you. Now then don't left you. We get for make the best out of this alone, but it's very hard, very difficult. And I see one other letter today back where they sack one policeman, dismiss him from the force. Then say because he said something like mother not go win back 2023 the country ganga. Is that the basis for you to sack him?
Then go tell you say no for mix and politics.
Something that he said in private, in confidence.
Then go tell you say enough for mixed man politics. But the question now, what about the presidential guards and when they come out publicly and mixed man politics?
Yes, then the way they dance na status.
And
then
the one that when
where
they send word against politicians then.
Yes, no, they are all allowed. And I tell you something, when they ask this question, la boss you I asked today. I asked today during PPLC meeting. I say, I'm glad the way PPLC themselves can the meeting. I said, well, PPLC there, neck there. I say, I just want to put me through. Are we in campaign mode? I say, have we started campaign? Because I see there are posters for campaigning going up all over, big billboards then. They're all over now. I say, so, myself, I want to put Femi for president. I want to put up my billboard. Can you believe that the SLPP young man in the room say, if you put her, will they arrest you? But nobody not arrest Gento. Gento in poster, then they all over. Gento for mayor. But, so is it one
even
rule
in
for
Kenima,
them?
somebody where they go for honorable and the caretaker in picture, did they? And
So
as if that's not enough, we see different stations, they also they do registration. People and they go there with party and color them. In fact, not to color as in green no more, but see where they write there with motorcar and convoy.
Exactly. So that means we are in a country now where I don't know whether I don't understand. Are we in a dictatorship?
So wait, maybe I missed something. Let me ask you this question, please. Now, police said they go arrest you on an SLPP person.
I think he was actually making a joke, but I be SLPP young man, but I think it was said in something in jest. But even if he said in jest, are you not aware? The First Lady has publicly endorsed Gento, which is her right to endorse a candidate of her choice. May not be seen that anybody endorse. I could care less. Uda go win. But I have a problem with the fact say there are posters going up all over the country with the president's face and now with Gento's posters, and Gento is actually rallying. So me self one rally. So I want to know if I can get that if not 10 and see what's in this bubble. Soiree can say now 2 posts no more again at my party. I want let me and me 2 people alone go rally. So I don't know if only the rule applies only to Gento. But it is not right. And if it's not right, it's not right. And we're not afraid for talk say what they do so. It's partiality. And you cannot run a government based on partiality. As much as you have your candidate, where you want to win, we agree. When the hour reach, endorse them. When the hour reach, let work out with the crowd. No problem. But me, waiting me member from the election there, where we go na neck, we they go ballot. All man gets in rally day. But we don't begin rally now. If we rally now, then let we all come on and do. Let me come on and do. Let all man come on and do. Let we all go begin rally. Let we all go print polo. Let we all go begin dance debut. But you cannot have one rule for some and another rule for others. It's not possible. Not so you the govern. We. No. When you say there is no this, it should be there is no this for all man. Whether you na APC, SLPP, Unity, PMDC, and you are people serve a party you belong to, the rules must apply to you equally. If not so, let them tell me. Say some people are more special than others.
All right. So the program we watch right now, we are on YouTube and Facebook. We get Femi Clodo School, the leader for Unity Party and chairperson for COP. We're there at the studio this night. Follow we talk about the registration and more importantly the issue of Lara Telopias, where we think say they don't sack, but they no one follow we know. We get 550 where they watch right now with 293 reactions, likes, and on Facebook we get 402 with how many reactions? Let me see quickly. With 231 likes. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the stars, and thank you very much. We appreciate you so much. Well, we watch one letter, quick one. Well, now affidavits basically. Affidavit where Lara Telopias in be swear na court. Let me just see how it been talek. I just want to take one particular sentence for paragraph for you. Listen what Lara say. In this part of in affidavit where it been swear na court. Yeah, la read them exactly and la try for see if you go see them. Actually not clear from this one for you, but please allow me for I just read them for you, okay? You will watch right now, just allow me for la read them for you. Alright, so I go through and I watch through my own phone. Last zoom and find for myself so I go see. It say to date, neither myself and to the best of my knowledge, Mr. Tamba Momo have not been told what the alleged malpractices are or the unprofessional conduct that we are to be investigated for. I note that although there were said to have taken place, I think I don't jump, the thing not look clear anyway. I note that although these were said to have taken place at Audit Service Sierra Leone, no other person was suspected except myself and head of the office and Mr. Momo as the deputy in charge of special audits, including the office of the president. Okay, so let me look at this thing, please. Now, only two persons they suspect: the head of the institution and the one where they in charge of the special audits. Where inside this special audit, the office of the president did it. Of course, this not a secret say, inside the audit report, we been see inside this special audit being figured out say, from the office of the first lady, from the office of the president, then get what they call double dipping, then get what they call forged receipts from the office of the president, who said and say, then go to Lebanon for go tap in our hotel, then come with a receipt, we not to correct receipt, then check with the third party when at the hotel say that receipt say not to the whole receipt. Number one, then even the hotel even come back and tell them say that receipt they where they say not to the receipt and this particular people the way you know they talk about so then get death na this particular hotel. This nothing where, according to this full details of this affidavit, it tell you say they're not glad about, and that this na the reason, in your opinion, we make them suspend them because they expose things where they're not supposed to expose. But if you do suspect somebody or you do accuse them say misconduct or unprofessional standard, why you not tell her waiting at the exact thing, even when you don't go to court? This na Lara in affidavit to even swear na court and Mama Code.
And I like him because the thing clear. This no more. But I tell you something, Shengepie, then they deal with somebody who gets discipline, somebody who na a professional. If na some other motor man, like the water don't dirty pass too. But they wait patiently for a moment for let them exonerate them.
Now we be the swear court. And interestingly, by the detailed affidavit, it talks something way shock me. Before they release this particular report, then call them to plenty minutes. Meeting inside this affidavit. It say the IG we been there, Sovola, someone in our office. Ask him boku question where he not even supposed to go through that day. Office of National Security, the office of the president, and different other people them call them. They go summon them, pressure them. It inside the affidavit, but he not agree to none of them.
I said
I think that the professional misconduct that one day because as far as they're concerned, he not listen to them.
Yes. And this is the way you do. As I say, the quality of the woman speaks for itself. The quality of the individual. Not corruptible, high integrity. Una don't do all this. Well, again, in moments now, let una exonerate them and reinstate them. Somebody like this, we trust now with country in couple. So it go tell me who say misappropriation day. Not to follow una kick into the curb, nobody no go back for say anything to them. I will go treat with company professional person like that.
Look what he talk now inside this other part of the affidavit again. This basically they talk about the one way they replace her with. Like the exact waiting in right. It says as a matter of the fact, the current acting Auditor General has recently appointed after my suspension not being a chartered accountant, nor a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sierra Leone, ICASL, and is not authorized by law under the referred statute to sign a set of financial statements, and therefore is not at liberty to publish the audit report of Sierra Leone 2020. In other words, the try for tell say this person not even qualify for sign the document where he don't sign now in Pulnado. So this is another crime back for the government.
Yes, but the government not look busy. It's do as I like, do as I please. Even the international accounting bodies, they all make a comment on this. For say anybody will go sit down at that woman they in job, they not get for recognize them. So this thing don't smell bad. It don't smell bad. But what thing you go ask yourself, why are you afraid of having the tribunal? Are you afraid of the answer? But now so we don't see. They are afraid of the answer. And you go come back, God have mercy. It reminds me of our census. When they knew it was dysfunctional, but they went ahead. They knew it had problems, but they went ahead. The World Bank called them to attention, but they went ahead. So for a government that claims to be a listening government, they don't listen very well. They actually get an issue about listening. But this is what power does at times. So, but every road has a turning, right? Every road has a turning.
Okay,
so we let them.
I actually want for, since you make mention of that particular thing there, I want for let we go to the international I call them the international you call them just now international auditing. Yeah. Where basically the SSFB really come out publicly and talk about this particular thing we talk about. So they really come out and talk about, oh my god, I think I know we will bring and come.
Anyway, I've been pulled out, man.
Okay. So basically, this now the things them where they talk about, say the way, not that they not say let them investigate, but the manner in which they do them, and not called for.
They're not called for at all.
And they even talk, say the person where they talk about in this case, now person where they self-trust.
Exactly. And in a country that is loan dependent like ours, where if people are not sorry for we give it, we're not able for do nothing. I doubt if we right now they're not able for pay salaries themselves to all the teachers and all the policemen and all these people. I wonder if they've received their salaries. So the country is on a very strict budget right now. So in that regard, you need somebody where they're able to manage the money and keep an eye on side where procurements get problem, this get problem, but those people are the people that we do not appreciate. Now then people and we don't want. I don't know why. I don't know. I think we'll go for cook binge for salon before we reach to 2023. We'll go for pool salon in Sarah.
Wow. I think this very, very...
I tell you, Schengen PS on days and days, you can grab no more, you look P, you say, hey, Papa God, what you do, forgive we now? Forgive we do, yeah. If you're not sorry for we, then granny and then grandpa, then sorry for the young one, them. If you see them front bank, then promise them free form for go college. But then they front the bank, they go pay 300 for undergrad, 500 for postgrad. I don't know something they don't is out there now. Look, them pack fronts the bank, they understand. Then they go buy form. But you promised them free forms, and that was last year. From last year to now, another organize them for they will get them forms, they are free. How many did you refund? You said you were refunding. I don't think they refund give 50 people. But they're all there buying forms. Hey, Bo. We can't even keep our promises to the young people.
Okay. The program we watch right now we
was suspended before
on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, so what will they do now, please? Let me go quick and listen to that particular report we will talk about. The International Organization of Supreme Audit Institution. What did they say with regards to this?
She was suspended before the panel was actually established. And none of the reasons that have come forth so far in terms of her misconduct and performance indicates that it is any gross misconduct of her duty, which is what is basically there for her sacking in the Constitution.
But the government is investigating a civil servant. It has the right to do that, surely? Or are you implying, or by your action, saying that the government of Sierra Leone has no basis upon which to be suspicious of anything that Ms. Lara Taylor-Pierce may have done?
Obviously, the government has the right to investigate its civil servants. At the same time, for a supreme audit institution like the Audit Office of Sierra Leone to be independent, the Auditor General needs to have immunity in the discharge of her duties. And we have principles guarding best practices for independent supreme audit institutions. And as I said, we have not seen anything in the arguments that have been put forward suggesting gross misconduct. So we would also like the government to actually come out in the open with the reasons and the rationale behind this.
And are you suspicious of the government in this regard? Do you think that they have no reason or no basis?
Well, having known Lara and her high standing and her track record, I'm in no doubt that she is a person of incredible integrity and courage. We've seen her over many years challenging the government through her investigations and audit reports. And as I said, the timing of this, just ahead of the release of the 2020 audit report, where also stories that have been in the media of Sierra Leone suggest that there is corruption and mismanagement, is highly opportunistic and suspicious.
You've made a very strong call here. Why are you taking it so seriously as the International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions?
We are unfortunately seeing around the world that democratic backsliding is happening in a lot of countries, and that the audit offices and independent oversight is being challenged increasingly. So for us, it's extremely important to fight for the principles of independent oversight and be very clear on what we expect in terms of that. And for us, what is happening now in Sierra Leone, as I said, is extremely concerning.
So what are the implications for Sierra Leone if the government refuses to budge?
Well, if the Auditor General is ultimately fired, I think it sends a very strong signal that in Sierra Leone, independent oversight is not welcomed. And also, reporting from the media of Sierra Leone, it's very clear to us that the audit service basically stands out as one of the few organizations that still have managed to remain independent and provide independent oversight during these years. So I think it would send a very, very strong and bad signal.
That's Enna Gorison from the International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions. And we approached the government of Sierra Leone for a response, and a spokesperson told us, said they'd rather wait for the official investigation to conclude before responding.
Femi. You get that?
When you don't listen to that, but couldn't they for talk again, no? Because and there was young, all man don't tell mumu, tribunal don't tell mumu.
And they said they're not going to say anything past they actually come back to the conclusion. But I'll this the conclusion and I'll stay with conclude and
in Sierra Leone, President.
So now listen again, because it has been catch up a lot of things. Then the first one have been BBC. This one at Deutsche Welle, where German broadcaster. Of course, there's been get serious interest. And Claudia Anthony, let me put this together. Let's watch just a quick one back. And let me just get gist of different things that really happen.
Mada Bio's decision to suspend the country's Auditor General Lara Taylor Pierce has caused shock and disquiet in Sierra Leone.
The suspension comes weeks before her office is due to present an annual audit of the government's handling of public finances in 2020. Taylor Pierce has served as Auditor General for 10 years, earning a reputation for efforts to improve public sector accountability.
Apart from that, Jane, she earned international praise for her real-time audit of the Ebola pandemic response funding from 2014 to 2016, which uncovered significant corruption.
But what's the reason behind her suspension? Here is our correspondent in Freetown, Claudia Anthony.
Well, according to Lara Taylor Pierce, she was handed a letter which was signed by the Secretary to the President, and that letter informed her that the Attorney General has been asked to set up a tribunal which would look into her professional performance or non-professional performance. So it was with that letter she was informed she and her deputy should proceed on indefinite suspension with immediate effect.
And has she reacted to her suspension?
Yes, she has reacted to her suspension. Lara Taylor Pierce says that she's ready to cooperate with any tribunal with guidance from her legal representative. And she also said she's ready to defend her reputation anywhere, anytime.
What are citizens saying, given that she's someone held in high regards both locally and internationally because of exposing corruption both in the previous government and the current one?
Actually, people are shocked. Some are even angry, like most people I've spoken to. And for example, the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists said it is particularly worrying because in the estimation of SLAJ, the Audit Service Sierra Leone, under the leadership of this woman, has an unblemished track record of professionalism and integrity in the discharge of its duties spanning over 10 years. And there's another interesting organization here called the Institute for Governance Reform, which says they find it difficult to understand her suspension based on a high quality performance in the past decade. So these are just some of the reactions we're getting.
Lastly, we know the Auditor General and her team are preparing themselves to present the annual report on how the government has used its funds for the year 2020. What next now?
Well, people are expecting the report. The report is due in December, a few weeks from now. So we don't know how fast this tribunal will work, and to get her back to her office, or if she's going to leave, or if there's going to be another one brought to her position. But people are waiting for this report.
That was Claudia Anthony there with the latest after the suspension of Auditor General by President Mada Bio.
Okay, so this not a situation where we don't get. I think a lot of fun them in there, but we just limit them to this. You know, everything the reporter say, Claudia Anthony say, Lara say ready for defending a petition any side and anything.
Yep. But then no one get the opportunity for like defend them. So why? You must ask the question, why? Are you afraid of what she will reveal in her report? Una no one let talk. Hey God. And then this again, they're wasting the country's money. So you have somebody who are not qualified for do the work. It did it now. They act. So any financial report that comes out is invalid.
And interestingly, the Institute of Chartered Accountants, ICASL, been say, if they do this kind of thing where they do so to Lara, no chartered accountants in the country, no, or them partner, they not go ever take that job there. So that is why they give you why we not qualify or we not be part of them at all.
And they are comfortable with that. They're comfortable with that.
You as well get a concern when you ask about the pay, the salary of the tribunal. If they're dormant like how they're dormant, so whether they get salary or not.
I would like to know. Me, I'm curious for know. For all you know, Shenke Pierre, sometimes they pay them. For all you know, they might be getting salaries. Well, if then they're not to waste money, tell me waiting I waste money then. even where una put the people in a host, I should say they must give them if not half pay, but you're wasting the country's money. The woman can be doing her job. This is Kangao.
When we start for talking about Lara, you talk
too.
about the credibility of the head of the Yao, you know, say Yao Jones, say a woman of integrity, you know. If it happen like this, if you feel say something, in my opinion, I think say if something really not they go on seriously, a woman of integrity for don't stand up and say no, this I'm not sure I want to be part of this kind of thing. But if you not say anything and it's still the part of that system, then that means say something they still go on, just that they keep a dark power with the public.
But we don't know. We don't know what her conversation has been with them. And it go be wrong for them, we suppose. We don't know. What you go don't tell them. From waiting me don't hear but that woman there, they're not going to take your hand for pull bangana fire. Oh. I don't think so. I not Sabian. If it's not before me, I not Sabian. It's short, it long, I don't know.
You know, because why?
But waiting at the reputation where I hear about them.
Because we see inside Basita Michael, when they first set up this tribunal, he came out publicly and said this one not correct, and the process where the procedure they want for use is not right at all. So he stepped down. I mean, he resigned from the legal and waiting commission. So if this woman of that kind, high quality, if something not they go on, I think we expect for to see something like this. But if he not come out and say that they not to wait till talk bien, that means say something they go on fine. But still, you get right so that they not for assume of waiting they happen.
Yes, you know we're not gonna know. And then kind of story there, and later now they hear the details. Do you understand? Because I mean, Lara herself, you know, not supposed to get talk, you know, don't talk much. Other than the affidavit, other than waiting the lawyer, then say she has been very quiet. And tell you, honest to God, that kind of work the way that woman they do. By that point where they stack her, you don't know all the things where they don't do. You don't know all the things. You don't know. And some of them things they are so all now be false accusation. They feel to say, Nalara they tell Africanist press. But since when they pull Lara, Africanist press, now more they pump the information self they come on do. So again, it was victimization, if I can say that, because if una no say una don't do a mistake, una get it tribunal, save you my reputation, give you my work.
Yeah, because I think the reports that when they come, it been just coincide with the report. That is why they point finger per Lara saying and they point and give Africanist press, you know, all of them kind of reports and the way they go. But yes, of course, we see other things that they come up. In fact, as recent as the travel of the caretaker to London and all, we see under the public domain.
Exactly. All come on do.
And Lara not the part of the audit service right now.
Exactly.
So then we look for another victim.
Well, and then no one's for even get a like he says smoking gun. No. Let somebody go Congo say you just know, then they come for you. They no need forget facts. They no need forget details. They no need forget credible information. No pass no scan number, they sack you, then bumbu you, then go lock you at their convenience.
Okay.
But you know, I mean for one big you love we got more span, they want the way they own.
Okay. On the who's one name?
August 10, where they all after August 10, they arrest other people in Boku.
All right. So since we don't come to that conclusion, then we still wait, and we don't hear a small bit about the one that we don't put much on this line issue. We can jump inside the quick one, and then we take 10 minutes for let we hear again, waiting people and think about this line your issue again. Where it don't take 1 year now, almost in November, the 1 year, nothing will happen. So yes, the issue of the one in the you now get a figure of how much people in total and no arrest.
No. I can't give you a credit.
Of who side and go.
Well, I know say someday some the woman in the special court, some in the CID, but the topic and man them as well. I know say I see from where they all I see that they may or they go. But you know, I shall get here. But the one the way they listen to me right now. I mean, if they get for calling or waiting, I go like for you give their opinion. They no be saying I'm call no more. You know then they call me motor mouth. Wow. I'm not gonna tire for talk. They can call me waiting past, so I'm not gonna for tire for talk. But the reason we make her they bring them up is this country, we can hear you when they say, na law and order. Na law and order. Even though they go PPLC, then they talk in, they're not going to allow people who are not qualified for register. But at the end of the day, when we they talk about law and order, we they look at the constitution, we they look about what's in the law say, we they look about the protections where the law build into the constitution for protecting citizens. Law day back where say, you the old person for a particular length of time, you charge them, he gets a day in court, he innocent, you left a leg go. But we see them, the old people, them for months. So I can ask the question. I mean, I wrong for let us say, we have a Minister of Justice, an Attorney General. They want them, not to them are the custodian and the Chief Justice, not to them are custodian of all things legal, all things judicial, not to them are the custodian. Not to them for they say, Mr. President, no, the law not give you this laxity. The law not allow you this.
For the advice, the caretaker on certain legal issues.
Especially the Attorney General.
Yes. I'm not the legal advisor.
Yes. So what advice are you giving? For tomorrow, Bambai.
So the question I want to ask, we find out, say, from where this caretaker don't come, it don't sack Charles Magai, it sack Christina Schwartz, it sack I call this other man, another year or so, where last go before this other one. You think say it take advice, or you think say all of the one the way it get they deceive them?
Me, myself, I don't know, I don't get a clear answer for you, to be honest, because myself
in Sierra Leone, President.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead, please.
Me of myself, I'm baffled. But let no lie tell you, Shegepie, if you give me work tomorrow, some man they talk saying I work I want. I don't want to work. I gotta tell you it. If you give me job tomorrow, but not give me the work, then I end up afraid you. No call me advisor, then I'm able to advise you. You understand what I mean? Yes, even the VP self gets a role for play. If I don't give you the title of VP, but let me engage one said. Let I get mine tell you, say, no, Mr. President, I will no more than this room, but I not lie tell you, you blunder that side. I don't think say you don't find no. Me, inside my small party, among my staff, among my party people, I can tell them, I said that day where I want make like I say me head the shake. I said, when I call me to attention, when I beg at the big una. Because sometimes I go drink one glass Baileys with ice, sometimes I want lost balance. When I call me to attention, say, Auntie Femi, remember what you've been telling me, say, if you want for begin lost, they call you home. I said, yeah, they call me home. And I get a Secretary General way, that ain't the mess. You know the mess for tell me true. Leader, I don't feel saying so we for do. Leader, leader will say you know they go. You know, but if you there at the height of a position where nobody, absolutely nobody is being truthful to you, you have a problem. You have a problem. Then where are the checks and balances? Because the checks and balances that are built into the system are the laws and the Constitution, the laws and the guiding principles of the Constitution. If they want them, they're not able to guide you guys in power, then who guides you? Who that they steer the ship? Who that are the rudder? That's where they under the boat, where they make the boat not capsize. Now they want them, the advisors should be the rudder. Now then for able for say, Mr. President, I want to use that. He say, Mr. President, I think this is going the wrong way. Mr. President, I think there's a better way. I mean, that's my assumption, no? But that is what I expect of my own staff. For let them able to talk to me and tell me, say, Auntie Femi, no, I think to say, and sometimes I tell you, my Secretary General, if me the things say for go south, me Secretary General go say, Auntie Femi, no, not where they go, and to God, not where they go. And you have to make yourself amenable to advice. You know, but we are seeing the Chief Justice and the Attorney General. I don't know. I am baffled. I don't know, my dear.
You know, in my opinion, this is not a word, this is not my word. In the case of Usai, anybody feels say, na favor them do am. You know, when they get a certain job, then you know go get a gut for the puts the person in the right position. Now, only when you notice say you deserve this thing way they do so. Now you go make your boss tell you say this a wrong or a right. When you know say a wrong, you follow them. But if you feel say a favor, then a problem. And I think say most of the people in inside the government, we government themselves what they get, they're not able to stand up to the one them way they give them job. Because then they fear let them not lose that power. Power is too, mama.
And sometimes you can see somebody who want to do the right thing. It's afraid. It's afraid for do the right thing. You see the nervousness. We have a problem. We have a problem.
So finally, what do you think?
We have a
Because
problem.
but all the one that when they arrest, we only hear this 2 days about one where they sentenced to 2 years where that lady we been go naked na McKinney.
And that lady they get a psychiatric problem actually. I wonder if they get help. That lady they get a psychiatric issue. She doesn't deserve to be in jail. And if me want pull me closer, free for pull me closer. You go just call me for public nuisance no more. But I don't need 2 years jail for that. But I don't know. You know, I don't know what the judges are doing. I don't know, pa.
All right.
Sometimes and I tell you, man can wake in the morning, you wonder, say, boo.
All right,
Anyway.
the program we watch right now we are on YouTube and on Facebook. We get 54,504. Thank you to the one them all we don't come and join we inside this short time when we begin the program. Where they take 10 minutes for get some calls. So we mean say we take 10 calls in 1 minute. Yeah, from people them where they watch right now. So if you they watch me right now and you get interest in the thing that what they say, please now for go on now and start the ball rolling. Thank you to the person who just don't subscribe. If you just the join me and you not subscribe to the program, please do so now. And look outside Femi in name day or outside this phone day, you see the red subscribe button, press it, and then you come over to me outside. You see the number, the word with the bell icon there, press it and choose the one with all. Now so you subscribe. Just one time now you do that. Then not forget the like button, okay? Thank you very much. Right now we don't get 505. We need more people and because we get a target of 100,000 by December. Now we go on the line. Please when you call, make sure say you use the volume of your set where you watch your form and you go straight to the points because you only get 1 minute. Welcome to the show, please. Your name and the call from, please.
Good afternoon, good evening. I call from Weird. Good evening, Granny. Howdy, body, mama.
You tell the master thank you.
Hey, mama, I listen to you audio this all entire 5 minutes where you say it make I feel you pain. Now the same thing we go through. Why? When we wake up early morning time, nothing good about saloon. Nothing nothing good about saloon. We need able natural system that country will come out before that with the shame now for civil Australians then go they abroad. We all born inside the late 80s and early 90s. With the suffer. All the governments they wouldn't come. The previous government, the past government, all and the current governments right now are nothing for they don't do anything for empire. We will they inside with early 30s and late early 30s and late 20s. Then the empire the school system is garbage, the health system is garbage. We don't have anything like not even a summer program for make we even go set in a farm, for make we go learn how to do small agriculture, things like that. But every day with the complaints, we will not get food. But they need to make anything for we in the diaspora. At least find a location in a salon where we say this now for the diaspora. Them who want to do farming. Make Uber begin go now country and begin go help we say for do farming. For make we begin feed we say. The funny thing where the government can fail to realize is if we able feed we say me Granny I not think for most of this hardship here where they go through, so Salomon out to big full. Most of this hardship here where they go through, when they go through
Thank you.
Now we're all in at the same boats.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll go to another call, please. Welcome to the show, please. Your name and the call form. You get 1 minute. Please go ahead. You get 1 minute, sir.
Yes, brother, this country, we don't know how they're heading. Just like what they made the talk. The captain where they run the ship here, and they don't know inside all water they care we go. People there, they not like possible to tell them through here. Anybody tell them through you now wanted. If you get a leader, we know they listen. When be supposed they talk, you know they listen. This woman here. Don't tell people they don't know see and they pull a non pull an position. You see, the brother let God pull the pantapui, and then they will pray God for. If not, then the salon, you know, so.
Thank you very much.
This number get for say.
Thank you, sir. We'll go on the line again and take another call. Welcome to the show, please. Your name and the call from. Please, yes, sir. Your name and the call from. You get 1 minute.
This one the ADC to the mommy.
The ADC to the Mami SSF. Yes, welcome. You get 1 minute, please.
Country, this new direction, we don't know the other name for her. We get for fair name for her. But to be honest, Salomon, this now we all pay back. You know? Because we don't try for put the right people in at the right place. We the follow party and region. Until we ignore them to old frontier and put the right post, not to the likes of Kande, because they all are disappointment at that nation there, especially we demand a lot of that nation there. This is the right time when we Sierra Leone and therefore we don't look at the mommy, we trust and we country and see what they will do. But yes, still you get people where they come at social media pages. It's too sad. We still sleep, man. We still sleep. We need for wake up.
Thank you very much.
I give you a chance to
all right. We go on the line and take another call. Welcome to the show, please. Your name inside the call form. You get 1 minute.
Yeah. Mr. Kamal, the call from New York. Yeah, I say why now? You know, the CSL, because according to the mommy, say them this last meeting they get, I think around today or yesterday, it was very fruitful. And they talk say, now somebody go recommend. Even the electoral commissioner said at one point, or one of the staff members, we don't go on radio talk say, or one of the civil society say, one person go recommend, and 5 more people than actually being there on. So why now they say now people can recommend as much as they can. When just 2 days, you see previous regime they give 2 weeks, and that 2 days they're too limited. I don't know why the political parties are not being fight very hard for letting go extend it at least in a 1 week, if not even be 2 weeks. Look the number of registrants they wouldn't deny, you know. So that 2 weeks they go for capture all the one they wouldn't reject. You know, and that be one for say no more.
Thank you very much. Yeah. On the line again and take another call. Welcome to the show, please. Your name and inside the call form. You get 1 minute.
I call from Weird.
Yes, please.
Go
ahead, please get 1 minute.
Mama call Kuche, Tenki,
yes, sir.
Cabo.
Yes,
Cabo, yeah. And all the disrespect they can to you from that country there. We not like that. We not deserve that. Not to pass you be clear, not to pass you be timid, not to pass you bende. For let people they understand, say you get for respect elders. Political figure, woman like you, granny like you, mother like you. We tell you thank you. We tell you thank you for everything we did in our country. I did see on Twitter. I did see. But you know what thing? Until the registration still they go on, let we beg the few that we not register it. Let we go ask them if they want to continue for suffer. Now then they no more will go for ask them. Let them make their choice.
All right.
But thank you. I want to say thanks to you.
Thank you.
I really want to say thanks to you. Let God continue for keep you for we.
Amen, man.
All right, we go to another call. Okay, let's call the connect. So, welcome to the show, please. Your name and inside the call from?
Hello.
Yes, please. You did live. Your name and inside the call from?
Okay, I named Joe and I call from Northern Virginia.
All right, go ahead, please. 1 minute.
Yes, I just want to say thanks to Miss Femi. As far as me concerned, I think say Miss Femi is the only consistent politician we don't see in a salon. And we want to thank you for that. You know, Mama Salon now. We don't watch you and me and they follow you up. And they see what you do in that country there for right now. I think say if we able to get 5 of una kind, by God in power, things them for don't they turn around or things them not for don't get worse as to how things them there right now. We don't see the presidents don't bring fear that country. They try to manipulate the country. They make everybody afraid for a life.
Yes.
Afraid say make them up put in jail. We see you they resist that. From time to time you they prove they say there's nothing where you fear. And we they pray for your protection. We pray that God continue for guide and protect you and you and your family. And we just want to tell you, say we appreciate you so much. And we need more of you kind in that country.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's really hard. We don't say it's an uphill battle, but you know they give up. And we take you, say you know Mama Salon right now. And we love you so much.
God bless
Keep
you.
it up. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
We will try, we will try.
Yes, we'll take 3 more calls. 3 more calls. 1. Welcome to the show, sir. Your name and inside the call from?
Good evening. This is David Cole. Nice to be nice.
Yes, to the nice. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
1 minute.
I don't be well. Anyway,
so how you feel now?
I call from Spain. Wait, and they say praise and thanks to me namesake, my mama. May God bless you. Now, the only opposition now presently. And I just want to ask one question. As you say, attend the meeting. Why they give so short time, like 2 days? They don't mean try for make even 1 week or 2 weeks.
Hey, we try, then say nothing. By the time they go tell we, then already don't pull them press release.
Okay, I know. Say then they do it in a field, so I'm not surprised. Mama call me now for my told me you call now for my town. So I tell you thank you, we praise you, appreciate you. Let God guide and protect you.
Amen.
Your family. That's all.
Amen.
Let God bless yourself. Let God protect you now.
God
Let God
bless you
continue
all.
for the
And be strong,
okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
On the line again, welcome to the show, please. Your name and inside the call from?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
This is Imran TV channel, they call.
Okay, the Superman. You get 1 minute, sir. Welcome.
Yeah. I just want to say mommy thank you, let God bless him. And I know if you make get access to the mommy.
Okay, the mommy is very much open up to everybody. I'm pretty sure. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I want to get access to the mommy.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we go on the line again. Welcome to the show, please. Name inside the call from?
Yes, Shembe. I call from where?
Please go ahead, sir. You get 1 minute. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this week, auntie, this week, mama, for everything what they do. But sometimes then they will not get for give everything to the politician. Them, you understand? We get for say some things them back, make them say something to we back. Because of everything we granny they do, we see say Mother be you do past that, even they show people them how to attack the politician them and the government. And now when the people they do now to Ram, we see what they do to the people them now. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask this week Granny and this Mama, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
outside the problem lies, waiting at the problem of Salon. If the people vote for him or the people turn to him, waiting in things say, and go carry it to the table without we go give una good road, we go give una light, we go give una this, because from the 90s na down the waiting in things say, you understand, go better the country. Oui chérie, j'arrive, je parle au téléphone s'il te plaît. You understand? Waiting in things say that the right.
I think the question don't clear and very strong. Yeah. With that, I will hold on to the calls then for now. Yeah. Thank you. And then it will answer to that call there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Mamikola, why don't you start with this one first? Yeah, before we take two last call. What do you think? This person ask a very good question where we go keep
yes, looking at the problem. And for me, the key to the whole thing is leadership.
And what do you mean leadership? Because as far as people concerned, we get leader.
We get president.
Ah, okay.
We get president. And in order for you to lead, even if you lead an organization, talk less of a country. For me, the very first thing where you for do, where you for the inside you, now love for the people that you're leading. Where when they get pain, you self they feel pain. And I think that unconditional love for Sierra Leone, with all we agba, with all we difficulties, with all we gena, and that unconditional love for Salone. I not say and say a day. Waiting you, they see more of. I mean, imagine there have been so many disasters, so many issues, even after August 10th. And they expect the president for come over the air with something for heal the nation and bring the nation together. But you didn't hear it. You know, yeah. So, first of all, you get for come from a place where, for me, I can actually, in me head, me mind, me heart, I know the kind of way I want for see Salone. All my prayer is, let God give me a long enough life where I'm able to foresee even the beginning of a new Sierra Leone. A Salone where you go to hospital, they treat you like a mortal man. A Sierra Leone where you not get money, you begin to go school, it commanded with an education. You get money, you not get money, you go case, go court, you write, now you write. Whether the person where you dey against get money, say the commoner in no soul, you write, and you write. And they know the twist and turn you by your case, twist and turn you by your case. Say you fed up. You say, well, if not that left. We get a situation where the police respect the citizens and the citizens respect the police. It's not a question of fear, not a question of taking advantage of one another. Not to say I want to see fly over them all. No. I want to see the people that they live. It's just a standard of living where fit for motor man. Not to for let person the stool inside black plastic they send an agota. That is not living in a country that is so rich and blessed. Not to live in. I beg. I want to see institutions they work. You work, I go inside, you say, me, I want passport. They say, okay, bring your birth certificate, bring this, bring whose document you get, bring your affidavit, sign Naya, go Naya place, they go pay you money. Tomorrow you can interview, next tomorrow you can take your passport. You not get for Sabi nobody. Nobody not get for Sabi you. You want to register your business and say, okay, come. Now so you fill this form, you don't register. All things na Salone na pain, if not to pain na money. Even when you die, blow, still not a day. You go wakate, go up and down before ever una de beg. Christian or Muslim, you go yagbate. Why must our lives be so hard? there is no justification for it. Once we don't get with basics, let person live, but they pay you for the month, you're able for pay you picking school fee, you're able for put credit on your phone, you go, you pay you small rent. If now one beer, if you're able to carry the weft go, go take one multi, you take one beer, or not to take one beer, account calidona on a house. You cannot rent a house in Salone. You can't rent even a small hole. You can't afford to rent it. Before I say you want rent shop. Huh? Before I say you want cook on all it. I don't believe, I don't say the world can agree, but I don't believe that life in Sierra Leone should be this hard. Man, they go inside gutter, they see man, strong, well-to-do man, they inside gutter with a yellow gallon. They get our water inside that gutter, then they piss, then they shit, then they cough, then pit. They inside them with a yellow rubber, they get water. And this is the place of bauxite, and this is the place of rutile, and this is the place of gold, and this is the place of diamonds, and the place of timber. I don't agree, pa. I don't agree.
But Mama Nicole, you know, the issue of this, we get everything, but still people in the beg, people in the suffer. Nothing where this president self we don't talk about. But yet still, we not see any improvement.
We know the smell and stuff before I say this, sir. The problem for me, if I am to give you an honest opinion, it is leadership. And whatever they take over the country come 2023, we hope we have a leader with compassion, a leader with planning, a leader we're able to deliver. If anybody they take power from 2023, let them keep them at the back of their mind, say 5 years now slippery. If you deliver for the people, for let you make Salone people are able to be a little bit comfortable, more so than they are today. It is not just a matter of say we need the physical money. We need the organization. Police stop you in a traffic for an offense. You know, they seize your license. You know, the route you keep come on na your motorbike. If they tell you, say, now this is not the offense where you don't commit. If at most, they write tickets for you, 25,000 euros, go pay in a bank. You not pay where you go register back, you the meter, don't be 50 euros. Not so beaucoup fait. I don't get for go park your bike in a police station, say you rot in is scatter. Say then 50 for a spare parts. No. But when you make the fine 500,000, where you minimum wage now 600,000, it is cheaper for me to bribe the police. And when you don't have the money to bribe the police, you go to court and you are sentenced to Pademba Road. And then,
you know, all of them tell you talk, so you're not new. Then people out all with them sabi all of them problem they are, but they don't talk with, they don't give we rosy.
Well, you get for elect the people, pastor, you elect the one the way where they round you. And you know, I refuse for belief, say it is not possible for them to do the right thing for the people. There's no convincing me. I mean, when they look countries that came up from nothing, when they look Singapore from zero, when they look this very Rwanda, where they are like Rwanda was in a worse situation. Then you look and say, okay, how did Rwanda do it? Rwanda did it by leadership. Look, Dubai. Usaimi ADC Day. Dubai was a plain old desert. It was a leader with a vision that transformed Dubai. Now Sansan and Sana, now in Dubai gates. And there we are. If we're not big, we'll not pay salaries. If we're not big, we'll not do free education. If we're not big, we'll not get health. If we're not big, we'll not get free nets. If we're not big, God.
Imagine, Dubai not the big. Now Sansan and get. But we get all the riches them, but yet still every day we big. Anyway, let's just take 2 calls and then we let you for go. Welcome to the show, please. Second to last caller. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name Abwed from Western area of
Go ahead, please. You get 1 minute.
Yeah, I need to start concerning but what the mommy be they try for talk this now. Like I don't go 2 term for good time for register because like I be don't lost my ID card actually. But like I sabi me number we like I begin last year. So like other post be there in a number not be good the ID card but like we in number everything come but me I be dey try for say I sabi me number but let the register me I don't go to there and then go register.
Shengepie, give me number, I beg. Okay. Take your number for me like column.
All right. You get 20 Mami call, so it's like give you a number.
Yeah, because like I be get in this number we just key we say 838. I be send text the gist now. I say if in a true because like tomorrow back I be one go test. So if anything like we give me that number,
it will call you. I will send you number.
Registration done first. Take Friday.
Okay.
All right. Thank you
so
very
much. So I call you. Shengepie, they give me your number. They call you.
All right.
If you still there, wait till we done. They call you.
All right. Last call. Welcome to the show, Sister Admin.
Yes. Good evening, Facebook. Good evening, YouTube. Hi, Mami Cole. How you doing, Mama? How do you body? Thank you. I just call for say you thank you, Mama. Let God bless you. Let God continue for elevate you. Let God continue for giving you strength and the good health for which you do for that country. You know, the problem with you say no more leadership, but when we go get somebody when I sit satanic mortal man, instead of you rule the country, take the country, get to in wealth, what do I expect for like more inside it? The country affairs, you go give for somebody who we not vote for, not to him want, not to him na the president, who go give the country in business to that person. They wait him want no more, wait he say no more, compare himself with the mayor. Say the mayor here into not to class blah blah blah. What happened? They call the mayor. Now they don't. What he said, the woman. They don't intimidate her. Now they say not for travel. So what you expect? When they talk about Dubai, they talk about Uganda. You know, then people they count vision. Then people they count love. Wake out. Then two things and they for ruling country. They succeed. You count love. You count vision. You get open-minded for you people. You they succeed, but the open-minded was never there. The love was never there. The truth was never there. All what he know is people did something to him. So he can't for retaliate, that make he fail, and he failed awfully. Let just pray to God, let this man get out. May God vindicate we. Let God take we out of this situation. I will defend myself. And let somebody will get a good vision, love, open-minded for in country and in people. Make our rule we and take this country here to USA we want them. Let we just pray. Do your Sierra Leoneans come outside, register massively, vote massively. Not vote for party, not vote for tribe, not vote for color, but vote because you want to see Salon. USA will not be ever there before, which is the right part, the good part. USA will not go for cry for nothing. The way Mami Ko say, we get all the resources there. So why are we crying? Why are we suffering? Why are we begging? Why the system is so messed up? Why? Do you Sierra Leoneans with a big unam? Thank you, Mami Cole. Let God bless you. Let God strengthen you. Let God cover you and protect you each and every day. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you so much too.
So, in the very last call for today, and of course, we go allow you now for conclude inside the program. Mami Cole.
Oh, now the last call that I don't guess so.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, me message today. Now one message I get. I want to let people then go out and register. Friday and Saturday now the last days. Anybody, I beg, if you're not on go register, please, please, please. Friday and Saturday, go register. If you not register, tell each you want like who that you want like, how you go vote? And if fine, then they argue it, then a meeting say people are not registered done. So I want to overwhelm the centers then. Friday and Saturday, at the Western, rural and urban, they go center to center on Saturday. At the Friday and Saturday, they go around all the centers then. They go and watch within the be, how things they go. They give encouragement, they help them the way they get difficulty. Me and my team, will they go round Saturday. So if you not see me on top of my bike, you no shoko, I no go the ride am, I go the bien. Register, let's register.
Thank you very much. I appreciate for the short term way we reach on to you and then you're able to come to the program. Thank you very, very much for take part at the program as always.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Okay, in name na Femi Claudius Cole in the leader for Unity Party and Seth in the chairperson for COP. We join we inside the program today. Well, until we meet again into another beautiful edition of the program where now we are. I want to say we still get the challenge of the 100,000 subscriber. We don't get 505. 54,505 by December. So please, if you're not subscribed yet, look inside Femi Deso, you will see the subscribe button, and then you come over on my own side, you see the notification bell. So anytime they come live, you will get a notification. Thank you very much for joining me inside the program. We get 549 right now with 399 reactions. Thank you guys. Thank you very much now YouTube. Facebook, we get about 276 with 279 reactions. Thank you. Until we meet again, one for say God bless we all and God bless we country Sierra Leone where we can call we are. Sembe Pierre na my name. God bless we all. Thank you very much, Femi, when you join me inside the program. This now the one green seat inside status. But the one them we want for Sidon Param, them plenty. Some people want me the young candidate go continue with this seat. Other one themselves want me the young candidate come and sit on there for rule the country. But unfortunately, now just one man go able for Sidon na this seat. Well, how you go able for make lay your young candidate sit down at this seat? Now only